Good morning, my heretics. The weekend is almost upon us. It is Friday, and I sure hope you're as ready as I am to go be nerds with no life with other nerds with no life for all of it. Before we go waste our lives with our awesome little plastic man, it's time for me to continue and, well, finish off my series on the updated CSM Codex. There's not really a whole lot left, so this video is certainly going to be much smaller though. So hey, no point making this any longer than it needs to be. Let's get started. We're starting off with our one and only dedicated transport choice, the good old metal box, the Rhino. Now, the Rhino is a pretty unimpressive unit. It's a fairly squishy hunk of metal, can transport up to 10 infantry models, and comes with combi bolter for the bog standard price of 72 points. You can, however, actually equip a Rhino, a Chaos Rhino that is, like you would equip a very light battle tank. You can, in addition to its combi bolter, give it another combi weapon and a Havoc launcher for very, very low costs. If it actually stands still and shoots its weapons at things, the Rhino is, unironically, able to kill a fair bit of infantry. Now obviously, standing still will conflict with its desire to transport angry heretics right into the thick of combat. But then again, we don't really feel that many angry heretics that want to waddle up to the enemy in a metal box, now do we? What I'm saying is that Rhino, well, it's fun to use. It's actually thematic and feels great. It'll never achieve much in a competitive sense. Its cost, while low for the CSM Codex, is still way too high for its capacities, and if you actually put a dangerous or expensive unit inside of it, a swift breeze will flip your poor Rhino over like it was nothing. Personally, I own 3 of these, all of them fully loaded with weapons, and only use them for friendly games, but they're always a blast to have around. It somehow feels good when a Rhino, of all things, wipes out a squad of Space Marines. And honestly, if people could still fire from inside the Rhino, it would be at least an interesting party bus for something like 10 Havocs or 10 Chosen armed with special weapons, like either plasma or flamers, maybe even melta guns. Why not? Have some fun. And the damn thing is still very overcosted, even though you can't shoot from inside of it. Now, from one bad unit to an absolute dumpster fire of a Codex entry, we have, again, one of my favorite models, the Helldrake. Now, I'm fairly sure people who've played earlier editions still remember what a fucking wrecking ball these things used to be. And goddamn, they were a terrifying sight. Keyword: were. The Helldrakes are currently a joke. And not a good one either. Even my enemies stopped laughing at this point. So, the Helldrake. It's a speedy model with a base movement value of 30 inches and a huge, awesome model to boot. The rest of it, however, is pretty shit. It can only equip a Hades autocannon, which it will shoot on 5s if it moves, with its whole 4 shots. Or a Bale Flamer, which would be a decent weapon if it weren't 30 points for D6 auto hits. To make things worse, the Helldrake carries a default shitty melee weapon, its claws that hit at strength 7, minus 1 AP and D3 damage, but you gotta pay for those as well, and they ain't cheap either. Equipped with a Bale Flamer and its claws, a Helldrake will set you back 167 points. That's 167 points that you will never, ever get anything relevant out of, since the only thing a Helldrake will ever do is bring a smile to your face as you get to see such an awesome model. No, seriously, I can't state enough how much I like the model. I own 2 of them. They're great to build, great to paint, they're absolutely huge and fun to use since a very fast, choppy flame unit sounds fun. The biggest issue is, well, this would be an okay unit if it costed 100 points. But it wouldn't be great. It'd be just okay at 100. As for competitive play, please. These things will be perfectly able to disappoint you in friendly games. Don't even think about it. There's no stratagem, no detachment, no spell, nothing that would make a Helldrake any good. Next one on the list though, that one has some chances. It's the Lord of Skulls. This one's not all that bad, and is the only non-Forge World Lord of War option we have in the Codex. His cost varies heavily, depending on his loadout, but at his most expensive, he costs 638 points, and at the cheapest, he's 536. This means that he does cost a lot of points, and well, he is definitely stronger than a knight, similarly equipped with a ranged and melee weapon. He also costs a lot more. He's harder to kill than a knight, as well as overall deadlier in melee, and he actually gains more attacks as he gets damaged, even though his strength does go down. He gets to keep his invuln save in melee, and even regenerates one lost wound per turn. He doesn't move as fast, with only 10 movement, and has slightly more health at 28 wounds. But he does carry the Heretic Astartes keyword, as well as the Demon and Khorne keywords, meaning he can benefit from a whole lot of support options. I mean, you can easily increase his strength, his number of attacks, his movement, you can give him rerolls and even warp time him, since, I don't know, being a Khorne Lord of Skulls somehow doesn't matter when that juicy magic makes you go fast. On paper, the unit isn't actually too terrible, and I would certainly use one, but as of right now, I don't own a Lord of Skulls. And now, to close things off, we now have a stat line and a points cost for the formerly revealed Noctilith Crown. Now, the Chaos Stargate costs exactly 100 points to provide its awesome aura, and even carries a free, albeit deadly and low-ranged pistol. It has a toughness value of 8 and 14 wounds. I can see this thing being used in Thousand Suns armies, or, well, whenever you want to spam Psykers. And, I mean, it's fairly hard to kill. It's only 100 points. Well, it provides a great support aura and even cucks the enemy Psykers. So that's the end of the units in the CSN Codex, as of our latest update. What do you guys think I should cover next? I could do a similar review of all the turbo units we have in our Forge World indexes, or maybe even record some footage of 40k games I enjoy. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think would be best. See you guys next time.